Good afternoon once again from the WEEC in Abu Dhabi. Very pleased to welcome Mr. Daniel Schaffer, the CEO of the Foundation for Environmental Education based in Denmark, coming here all the way to Abu Dhabi to discuss environmental education. This is the biggest challenge. We at ESG, Mena, the first and only ESG knowledge hub in the Mena region, the biggest hurdle that we have been countering is the severe lack of literacy, of ESG and sustainability literacy. Many people, even CEOs of top companies, even multinational companies, don't know what ESG stands for, don't know much about sustainability, and they always refer us to their global offices. Education, UAE is at the forefront, basically, in terms of pushing hard from the government for sustainability. We had COP28, we had the Year of Sustainability. However, it's not advancing much at the grassroots level, basically, and also within companies. How can we develop and elevate and accelerate environmental education around the world?
So, first of all, I think it needs to be solution-based.
Yes.
It needs to be, the local context has to be relevant, because I can talk to people from about things in Antarctica,
Yes.
and it means nothing to. Yes. So the local context and how you present things is very important. But I think also in reality, and this is the hard part of this is that we are discussing systemic changes in how our economical systems are built, in how growth is expected for companies, in how you design products. So if we talk about circular economy, for example, these are complex things to change after we've embedded these in our system for such a long time. So I think another thing which I think is important is that even though things are very difficult, they get easier if you tell people what they can be doing, not what they shouldn't be doing. I think that's very important. If you come to a municipality and say, look, here's a few actions that you can take and we can show you how it's done, and in fact 50 other municipalities have done this, then you're able to create that change. But if you come and say, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that, what am I supposed to do? All right. So I think this is a key element in the approach that we should be taking.
Here in the Middle East, education is really going really fast to the highest global levels. So we're seeing many universities quite active in environmental education, starting from year one of university, also schools. However, when it comes to implementation, it's something totally different. All right, so we have 3-4 universities that are really ranked. If you Google them, they are really ranked at the highest levels in terms of education, all right, in terms of environmental education. However, where they are, their countries, rank poorly in terms of implementation. How can we link education to implementation?
So, first of all, when we talk about education, I'm thinking about your questions, and I want to answer things that are, have value. I think first of all, we need to look at things like vocational education. It's not only what's happening in education; it's what's happening with technicians, with people that are working, that are going through vocational. So how do you green the curriculum in vocational education? How do you do this in faculties and universities? And it is happening. But in universities we still have freedom, academic freedom, and people don't want to change very much.
Why is that?
It's always been like that. People like what they know. I like my mom's food. I know my mom's food. It's the best in the world. I don't want to go anywhere else.
We are here in UAE in the Middle East, Abu Dhabi, the capital, and the UAE leadership is very much keen and committed to advancing. They want to be the leaders in sustainability, like aviation, for example, like tourism, like infrastructure. They want to be because they see the opportunity long term for the renewable energy. You're coming from Denmark, that comes at the forefront from Copenhagen of the whole world in terms of sustainability. What are the learnings and how can we increase knowledge sharing since we are at the WEEC today?
Well, I'll say first of all, in order to have long-term planning, you also need to have stable political systems. I think and if you look at Denmark, you look at from my experience, I'm not an expert on, but you can see long-term commitments that have started many years ago. I'll give you an example. What blew me away when I came to Copenhagen was the bicycle infrastructure. Yeah. All right. Somebody made the decision 40, 50 years ago to change the whole transportation system in that city to allow, in the country, it's not a city, it's throughout Denmark, to enhance the use of bicycles. So the trains are designed to do this. Everything is designed to allow the bicycle to be top predator in the food chain. Okay. Well, you need to have the political commitment, bravery, to make these kind of long-term commitments. And when you have very unstable political systems, it's very hard to do that.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so across the world, you are basically an organization, institution, so many countries around the world. How can we accelerate the knowledge sharing? For example, India, UAE, across the world.
So first of all, I think things are changing today. I think there is systemic. There's an understanding at governmental level that things need to change, and the UAE is a good example for this. And the UAE is not only that; they also, they have the capacity and the ability to position themselves as leaders in this process. But even not in these countries, we can see that there is a change in the governmental approach towards the challenges that we're facing. And I represent education. I believe that the youth and the young people of our world have to be educated in this, but not only that, but to do it in a positive way, not frightening them, but give them the solutions, let them take action. And by doing that, I think we can create change.
Mr. Schaffer, coming all the way from Denmark, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.